Turkey currently has 147 operating roller coasters. I was surprised to learn they had that many, but upon closer inspection, a good chunk of them are smaller kids' coasters. That being said, this country does have some notable coasters, such as two Intamin Blitz coasters, a Mack hypercoaster, and some quality family coasters. In this video, I will rank the top 10 roller coasters in Turkey. Before starting this list, I need to note a few rides that will be included and excluded. I have only been to 3 parks in Turkey: Via Land, Via Sea, and Land of Legends. Therefore, I haven't quite ridden 10 coasters in the country. However, I have ridden exact clones elsewhere that I can use to fill out the list. I will note which rides these are because it assumes they run exactly like the clones. Using this logic, this list will include a few rides from Wonderland Eurasia, formerly Anka Park. This place is home to a staggering 17 roller coasters. However, it has been standing but not operating for nearly 7 years, so I'm unsure if it'll ever reopen. Then Turkey has almost a dozen alpine coasters. I have not ridden any of them, and since they all have unique layouts, it is not fair to rank them. I suspect some of these could have placed in the lower half of the list. Starting off the list at number 10 is Typhoon Coaster Land of Legends. This is a massive Intamin water coaster. It starts with a short but impressive dark ride sequence with a stormy atmosphere. Then you head outdoors for a large elevator lift. But the layout is more bark than bite. The drop is extremely shallow for a ride of this scale, but it does build up nice speed. The following helix offers some light Gs. Then there is a soaking splash. I am so thankful this park allows you to wear your bathing suit and go barefoot in this ride. Number 9. Family Coaster at Candyland. This is a Preston & Barbieri Anaconda coaster. I have ridden an exact clone of this in Sea Viper at Palace Playland. This coaster looks very janky off-ride with the boxy trains, but it actually tracks reasonably well. There are some swooping drops with decent whip and laterals in the back rows. Then the compact valleys and ultra-tight final helix also exert solid positive Gs as well. I definitely would not mind seeing more of these built. And if you're wondering where you may have heard the name Candyland recently, they recently announced they will be building the tallest water slide in all of Europe, which will stand 217 feet or 66 meters tall, making it taller than any coaster in this list. Number 8. Nautilus at Via Sea. This is an Intamin family coaster. It is a near clone of Mine Train Ulven at Bakken, except the first drop was reprofiled to be less intense. While I personally like the wilder drop on Mine Train Ulven because it offered shocking airtime whip in the back rows, the updated drop makes way more sense for a family coaster. This ride is a series of turns and spirals with solid positive Gs, and they come in quick fire succession. I think the prior ride may offer slightly better forces, but I prefer Nautilus for the superior pacing. Number 7. Majora Paris at Via Land. This is yet another Intamin family coaster. This one is a bit more drawn out, with a series of wide turns and swooping drops, but it too has decent positive Gs in the valleys and directional changes. Then this ride has the most intense element of any family coaster in this list. The final helix is a near gray out moment for me, especially if you ride on a warmer summer day. Number 6. Family Coaster at Land of Legends. This is a Gerstlauer family coaster. The layout is filled with swooping drops and turns with some positive Gs, but this gets the edge over the Intamin versions because it's a more varied layout, as it is profiled to also offer some laterals along the way. This is a clone of Dragonfly at Dunrell. The Turkish version does not run quite as fast though, so is missing the airtime in the S-Hills later in the ride. Number 5. David Kilara at Wonderland Eurasia. This is a Zier Elevated Seating Coaster, or ESC. This is a family coaster with very open trains for the genre, that has a huge advantage over the prior rides in this list. I have ridden a clone of this layout with Force 1 at Schwaben Park in Germany. It has a dynamic series of elements with some positive Gs like the prior few family coasters, but this one also mixes in small pops of airtime for variety. Number 4. Lightspeed at Wonderland Eurasia. This is the newer version of the Intamin 10 inversion coaster. This is the faster one with a cable lift hill, steeper first drop, and lap bar trains. It is a wilder, more comfortable experience than the first generation models. I have ridden clones of this in Sika Flamingo Land and Altair at Chinichita World. The first few inversions offer good positive Gs, then the finale is 5 Heartline rolls. This is ultra disorienting and offers crazy hang time, especially with those freeing restraints. Number 3. Nevaskessen at Vialand. This is an Intamin Blitz coaster. I love the location on the edge of the hill, so you get stunning views overlooking Istanbul. If you are visually impaired and have the option, wear contacts. None of the major thrill coasters in Turkey allow glasses, even with a strap unfortunately, and this one is particularly memorable for the sights. The layout is unfortunately on the shorter side, but all the elements are punchy. The LSM launch has nice power, then the top hat and camelback have lovely ejector airtime. The Immelman has good positive Gs, and the ride concludes with a lateral heavy inline twist. Number 2. Redfire at Viasea. This is an even longer Blitz coaster. It feels like a Greatest Hits compilation from Intamin. It specifically is a clone of iSpeed or Mirabilandia, just with lap bars, if you're familiar with that coaster. You have a good LSM launch like the prior ride. There are a few hills at the start with great ejector airtime. Then the directional changes are snappy, and the 2 barrel rolls are tenacious between the hang time and laterals. The finale is on the weaker side though, as you have an awkward straightaway that's a mid-course brake run on iSpeed, but not here, and then you have a lackluster bunny hill, but the first 3/4 are excellent. And coming in number 1 is Hypercoaster Land of Legends. This Mack Hypercoaster is such a well-rounded layout. The elements have a wide mix of forces. You have some large camelbacks with super strong and sustained ejector airtime like many hypercoasters out there. But this one also throws in some twisted drops with laterals, forceful turns and valleys, and 2 inversions. The giant vertical loop offers sweet hang time. Then the 0G roll is out of control between the airtime and lateral snaps. This is not just the best coaster in Turkey, it is one of the best coasters anywhere. And this may be a hot take, but this is my favorite of the Mack hypercoasters because it has length and consistent pacing start to finish. If you want to learn more about any of the top 3 coasters, I have separate reviews already published to the channel. You also may find some reviews for some of the clones I've ridden elsewhere. Those are the 10 best roller coasters in Turkey. What are your favorite coasters in this country? Or if you haven't been, what is your most anticipated coaster in Turkey? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.